prior to 2004, particularly in my jurisdiction, in New South Wales, the debate about Aboriginal engagement and involvement in water sharing plans and management was around. I think the tool that gave us more opportunity was the National Water Initiative when it came to life in 2004. And it was we targeted the areas about Indigenous engagement and looked at, if you even go back further than that, you had the Uncle Matt Rigney, God rest his soul, who coined the phrase cultural flows and talked about cultural flows or cultural water being our next land rights fight or the equivalent of. But there were no tools, there was no mechanism or instrument that allowed us to stand up and say we want to be involved. The 2004 NWI gave us that tool, and it gave further importance to it because it actually says that Aboriginal people must be engaged in water sharing plans and management. And it sowed the seeds for us to then look at engaging with government and stakeholders. The National Water Commission, for me, took the initiative in 2009 because there was a lot of questions being asked up at Fitzroy Crossing, by NAILSMA, and right across the country about, what about Indigenous water rights? So they brought together a group of people in 2009 in Adelaide. And out of that, a tool that I believe was respected and resourced was born under the National Water Commission. And the main focus was to look at the Indigenous components of the NWI and provide that strategic advice on how we go about it. I think that was a wonderful time. I think that was a great journey, and I think that the products that we developed under the trust of the Commission, and I think the other important thing, it gave us an opportunity to formulate strategic partnerships by becoming a valued member of the National Stakeholder Reference Group. We had a couple of little debates, but it was a forum that allowed us to share our work, share our thoughts, and gather that support. And the end product being the advice that we gave to the federal government under the banner of the First Peoples Water Engagement Council and the accompanying policy framework. The key messages was we didn't do this in isolation of other stakeholders. I think that the other thing about the NWI, it allowed us to convey a clear message to those other industry stakeholders that we want good, strong rural economies that drive good, strong rural labour markets that underpin, a sustainable environment. So, it was good. It was a good forum for discussion. But the NWI, I think that if that wasn't brought about in 2004, we'd be still operating in a vacuum as Aboriginal people.